Munich Re employee orgy. Golly gee! Who knew insurance was so damn sexy? Who knew that signing customers to policies could bring in signature sex and jollies with a harem of harlots? Who knew diligence by day could bring delights by night? Munich Re does, or did. The German insurer, Düsseldorf unit, had an orgy for employees, with color-coded prostitutes and everything. Color-coded prostitutes? Do we even want to know what that means? Munich Re, due to its underbelly company, Hamburg-Mannheimer International, HMI, is reviewing its compensation policies. For God's sakes, why? After hearing of the just deserts for worthy works, every Tom, Dick, and Harry, especially Dick, will be clamoring to join the firm. Heck, some losers will probably pay to join the organization. Management keeps staff remuneration costs low if they occasionally keep miniskirts raised high, with lots of firm thighs. Oh my. Germany's 0 for 2 in world wars, so it's safe to say political correctness is not a founding principle or tenet in them their parts. But while the yearning for kinky sex to be wedded and wedded by an orgy in a plush salon flies in the face of an earnest, staid, sober, solemn society, it sure is 6 million times better than burning Jews in ovens and ransacking the ranges of Europe. An orgy, group sex, a free-for-all, what a ball! But what happens if you're a humdrum at your job and stink and suck in your work endeavors? Does that mean instead of an orgy, you only get one pay-for-a-call girl? Or if your bottom lasted commission's earned, you only get to ogle, not fondle, atop a spade? Let's act as an actual actuarial and add up the arithmetic. The incentive trip took place in June 2007. 100 employees were feted by 20 call girls. But why is this wing-ding only coming to light now? Aren't insurance adjusters expert at unearthing all manners of skullduggery? Or is canoodling between the sheets, or in this case in the Gellert thermal baths in Budapest, Hungary, below their eye line of inspection and introspection? Of course, the above line of argument assumes that the insurance company, in looking at its private parts, would agree something was ethically wrong in arranging such corporal couplings. Let's come back to the real or imagined moral dilemmas in a moment. Were 20 harried hookers adequate to serve the needs of 100 horny lookers? Would it not be a fair foo-for-all if the law of equivalency of a 1-to-1 ratio was employed? Or was cost in the law of penetration probabilities an issue? Come to think of it, any outrage at the choosing of sexual shenanigans as a sumptuous repast is sadly misplaced. If the employees were mainly men, and just to hit below the belt and generalize, let's assume they were, these are not real men. These are insurance men. They're not going to get flirty and turned on by booby-dooby. They're going to get hot and bothered by Boolean possibilities. Hiring hooers was hardly apropos for such colossal bores and boors. What Munich Re should have done was hire a storyteller to regale best means to deny policy claims. That would be a claim to fame and the way to go for a whiz-bang show. How's this for irony? If you type in Munich Re on the net, Google returns as its top choice Munich Re, with the byline, leading experts on risk solutions worldwide. Seriously, who in that organization missed the boat on determining whether fooling with floozies would lay the firm's foundations for decency and decorum flatter than said floozies' makeup base? Besides, everyone, and under career blurbs, offers you attractive career opportunities. The picture, as Mr. Kaiser's celebrated troupe, reveals a man, oh no, wearing one of those unflattering, unfortunate European-ear Speedos with much, too much, to show. After the romp was over, the insurance company magazine, HMI Profile, used some very uninsurance-like terminology, describing the whole thing as killer fun. In Der Spiegel's English translation of the Trip Tryst with Tramps, the title is Bunga-Bunga in Budapest. The company has issued a new code of conduct for itself. This sounds kind of militaristic, but the company is not without some vestiges of humor. It was a mistake, but we are very sure that it was a unique event. In any event, Germans must stop stamping and categorizing people. The roots of demarcation are ugly. Labeling those as unfit to live with Hitler's new master race is a horrible base to, subconsciously or not, modify and bring up to date by stamping orgy prostitutes, denoting how many times they had been entered into, frequented. It's gauche to say the least. It's gross, actually. The employee orgy has been deemed by Ergo, of which HMI is a part, a grave violation of company rules. This seems like overkill. Given that a sex party was so willingly thought up and acted out, one gets the impression the company has no end of imagination to conjure up what would truly be grave violations, like having sex with gravely dead hookers, for instance. This is merely a live, lusty, lewd, rude, and crude violation of company rules. But do we know if there was a rule that actually forbade frolicking? Was the rule general in scope? There is to be no parties with trollops anywhere globally? or more limited. There is to be no parties with the slatternly in Budapest, Hungary, specifically. You get the idea. Germans are ingenious. They should get the idea. But they're also mischievous. Will some enterprising employers try to top this with even more crazy, carnal ideas? Jeez.